Hey guys, we are just getting started. I'm gonna let peeps know that we are ready. What's up, girl? We are just getting started, y'all. Letting people know that we're here. 1 second. How you guys doing? What's up, y'all? Hey! Happy Wednesday, guys. I'll be sending for Allie in a minute here. Oh, I'm good, Kate. I am good. Just doing the thing, living life. How are you doing? And what are you guys medicating with? Please tell me. Please start, look, drop it on down. Let me know. We got a super easy, informal topic tonight for you guys. Waiting on a few more people, trying to let more people know. What's up, Home Slice? How you doing? 216, what's up?
What's
What?
up, Candy?
Hi. How you doing?
I'm good. What's up, y'all?
Good. Oh, I like your glasses.
Oh, thank you. Thank
Look,
you.
wearing your sunglasses at night.
They keep my medicated eyes from telling the truth.
I already know. Look, my eyes just be medicated, y'all. Just be right here. Okay.
Oh,
What's up, Sass? Andrew, what's up?
Andrew's on there. What's up,
Patrick.
Andrew?
Hi, y'all. We are just getting started. Oh, thank you. Beautiful lady. Look how sweet. Just sweet, y'all. We are just getting started, just letting a few more people jump in. We have a super informal chat tonight, y'all. Somebody had brought a question about Miss Brittney Griner. I don't know. I'm not a big sports fan, but I'm down to discuss a little bit about it and see what you guys think. Me and Allie just wanted to chat about it a little bit for y'all. What's up, Basic? What's up, Deuce? Deuce Bigelow? Okay.
Right.
I was like, what's that screen name?
Wait a
Okay.
minute. Is that Sabrina? Is that Miss Ross, Nicole Ross? I see out there. What's up? I see somebody else. Is that Andrew?
Yes.
Hey, Andrew.
What's up, y'all? So what are y'all medicating with? Look, I'm waiting on y'all to tell me what y'all are medicating with. I've been medicating with this Farkas flower, this problem child, y'all.
Right.
Does it for
Okay.
what about y'all? What's up, Andrew? Hi, Monica's youngest. What's
Who's my hi Monica? You're my favorite. Uh-oh.
Oh,
We
look at y'all.
got Nordlab, we got Miss Ross, we got everybody in the looking dot now. Okay.
It's a nice Wednesday. Yes, Ab. Yes, Ab.
Yeah.
CBG THC. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All the fuzzies inside. All the fuzzies inside.
Right. Shout out to Dr. Bridget. You know.
Shout out to Dr. Bridget. Woo woo. So, guys, we are just discussing the super little vibey chat here about Miss Brittney Griner. I don't know if you guys know about her. I'm not huge on the sports tip, but I did my research, and she is a athlete, WNBA young lady who got caught recently in Russia with some cannabis, and some weird things kind of followed from that. I'm not trying to tell y'all, y'all can do some diving on the story, but it's a little strange how it seems to me that they're making a very huge deal out of a cartridge, but she should, she is in the NBA. These are things that I would assume she would know, not like even still, I'm just like, is it that big of a? That's where I'm at. Like, I don't know. I don't want, You guys tell me. What do you, what do you think, Allie? What do you think? Like,
Well, being a former athlete and also former coach, and um, I just feel it's an unfortunate situation for her. of course, we know she should have definitely looked into the rules and the laws of,
Yep.
Russia, especially where they're at now.
Yeah.
It's
Yes.
so sad, the way this war is happening, and the gas prices definitely reflected it. I'm about to buy a tricycle,
I'm just
right?
looking to
But
tell.
still, I think it's bigger than she may have been
Hmm.
wrong for carrying it into that country, but I definitely think she may have been singled out, and I think it's just bigger than that. I think it's more who she was, and of course, probably the way she looked, and
Yeah.
definitely her being a Black woman. So, and then she has locks. I have locks. I've had
Yeah.
my hair for 17 years. So,
Yeah.
I definitely
No,
understand
that discrimination that just brings in itself. So it's.
yeah, I'm not using that as an excuse. She definitely should have understood the severity of bringing what they call it hashish oil
I said,
into.
what? Vape cartridge, get out of here.
Yeah, then also, yeah, thank you. What's up, Gina? Definitely also being a lesbian,
Yeah.
that being
Yeah.
a Black woman and a lesbian, it's a triple whammy. She's
America,
nothing,
hold on, America.
nothing.
Out of here.
Yeah, and also being able to dunk, she's extremely good,
Make,
so
I was like, hold on a minute now. Let me.
yeah, Zachary is definitely stated something. He said she's one of the top five is paid
Wow.
WNBA players. Yeah, she
Wow.
makes a tenth here, and what she makes in Russia is millions upon. Yeah, because they don't make that much money in the WNBA, but they definitely make more money overseas. So the
So
taxes are different there.
me, I don't know much about the. You are an athlete, and I look at. I'm not an athlete, y'all. I'm just. We all have strengths and weaknesses, and I was never an athlete. Look, that was
Right.
not me. Okay, I admire it so hard, but I am by no means.
Yeah, I didn't make it to becoming a professional basketball player. At the time when I was playing, they didn't have pro league; they only had semi-pro. But just understanding how hard it is to just be an athlete, and then also, her being a target. I just think just like with the young lady with track.
Shakari Wilson.
Yeah, I just think sometimes we just Black women are profiled, and please don't be Black with locks and gay. You're the
Yep.
scum of the earth to everyone else. So I just think, it's an
Yep.
important situation. And also, like I said, I'll definitely put the accountability back on her because she should have definitely looked at the laws with that country before, going in there with that.
Does anyone know that? Not to cut you, I just
No, you're
wonder.
fine.
Drop in the comments if you guys know anything about the cannabis laws in Russia. Does anybody know? I That's something I haven't researched, and I really don't know if that is if it's something that is so punishable to something really extreme or really crazy. Just I really wonder. I hope that they were saying that they couldn't get in contact with her for a while. Dang, she's
Somebody
facing
said
year
10 years.
Man, yikes. Also, it's illegal in all of Russia. So is that you can't have like they have no cannabis programs at all?
Yeah,
Wow.
I don't think that they do. Um,
Wow.
yeah, I think it's I don't
Woo.
think it's one um nowhere there has even a medical program. So, or maybe not even does anybody know if the laws decriminalized there? Um,
Mm.
I doubt it. I've never heard.
Because it just almost makes me feel like I just get, yet I hate to say frustrated, but frustrated because it's like, yeah, that happened, but let's think of like this grand scheme of, the things that we see. It's like, what kind of 10 years is it very like it wasn't like she had a bunch of items to sell and packaged up a bunch of separate, looked like she was going to distribute. So it's just strange that like for your own personal one, I mean, they're milking that thing a little there. That's 10 years. That's
Yeah, I think too. Thank God she didn't have an actual blunt. She probably would have been facing life. You know,
yeah,
like
for some flour actually. Yeah.
yeah.
Man. As Jenna said, I'm pretty sure it's prohibited. Yep. And so, I guess that we have to keep checking on that. Keep the green room says keep talking about it and make people uncomfortable with the truth. For real. For real.
Yeah, for sure. If anybody has anything that they want to state about it, the floor is yours. I think it's
Bring them on
unfortunate.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah,
speak your
we're just
truth.
having an open chat. And if you have any, thing to add about, kind of it makes me think about not just her and not just Shakari Wilson, but athletes and cannabis. It's definitely I see it changing. We hear more athletes, advocating for cannabis. It's amazing, especially more brown and black athletes advocating for cannabis. So in the athlete space. So I think it's necessary. I think it is. They are when I just my own personal thoughts and I'm thinking about the pain, their bodies, what they're enduring, and it almost makes you feel like, okay, so, you know, dance, monkey dance. You just go out there, be an athlete, do your thing, and then they like you can't have any pain relief. Maybe I get it, you can't be out, in the games extra medicated, but I think athletes should be allowed to, I mean, use cannabis. That's pretty important for the human body, especially for what they're doing. I just feel like it's super important. I'm
Yeah, I
sure it's
know
the same.
some professional teams, sports. I think baseball has definitely went away with that whole cannabis testing. So I do think that it's getting better, but as a whole, we still know that it's a journey. And yeah, Girl Gang says CBD is great for muscle recovery. It definitely is.
Yeah.
So yeah, shout out to Girl Gang.
Yes, girl gang. What?
Yeah, being a part. Yeah, for sure. I know a couple of them. Nicole, how you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Play, thanks for joining.
Yeah. Who
What's
else
up?
is up
The
there?
goat. What's up? Y'all these screen names be cracking me up.
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey. So we were talking about the athlete, WNBA star, Brittney Griner, you guys that are just joining, and we were just, uh-oh, you keep getting kicked out. Oh no, is my service all right? Technology. Look, it's full moon, y'all. Who knows what's happening? Who even knows? Oh, yeah. So hopefully it doesn't kick you out again. I can try to. Like maybe Allie, maybe did you want to get in and oh okay. This would be probably your service.
Service, okay.
Because if it's mine, I'm gonna try to figure it out.
Right.
But yes, so for you guys that just joined, we're just chatting about the athlete WNBA star Brittney Griner, who recently got arrested in Russia for cannabis, for being caught with cannabis. And they didn't but very much exploded it into calling it hash oil and making it seem like she's distributing it, like, right? Like she came from Afghan, like she was like, I'm about to just, they was making it like, okay. So anyways, it's a vape cartridge. And so she's facing up to like 10 years, it could be. And so we're just asking people's thoughts on it. And even if you'd like to touch on athletes and cannabis. If you have anything to add, look, feel free. What are you medicating with, y'all? What are you guys medicating tonight? Like, I didn't hear from all y'all either, so let us know.
I know
It's
I had some OG today. My
always a,
Norn. Huh?
always a classic. Always.
Yeah. What about you? What you have today?
I had this problem child all day, and actually, I had certified. I did. I had what was that? Concrete Jungle. It's a new one, and
Okay.
was down. I was down. Like I, yeah, like I was.
Girl
But,
Gang said D Star and
oh,
Ringo's
geez,
here.
I don't
Oh,
know those Ringo's gift. I don't know what that is, girl.
sounds intriguing.
Right? I'm like, okay. But yes, D Star always down with some D Star. Totally that. And White 99 for daytime. Look, you got all this new stuff. I don't know. You got to school me. What is that?
Yeah, sounds. scientific from Fire's.
White 99. Look, I'm gonna have to find out where you got it and give you some because
Yeah. What she
it's
said?
hybrid. Tell me about him. Right? I'm like, I need to know real quick.
Let's see how many people are athletes that use cannabis. How many people have been an athlete and used cannabis at the same time? Let's see that question.
A little hand up in there.
Yeah, throw a hand up or a green leaf, in the chat.
Like my hand is down, okay? I was
Mine's
the kid in gym class who did not change. That was me in school. I was the kid. They're like, "Are you changing today, Candace?" No, I'm not changing. I'm gonna sit right here. I'm not getting hit in the head with a dodgeball. Okay, good.
Look, right. Look what Zach said. Look, he said all of high school. I like him.
See, I was the kid that liked to draw and write, and I was sitting in the class drawing my pictures, writing my stories. Okay, I was not about that.
Look,
I'm not an athlete. Yes, girl, me either.
But it helps me with the marathon clean. Yes.
That's the only way that I like to clean. Let's just be honest. Let's just be honest.
Right.
That's the way. Look, I guess I got no athletes up in here. Y'all must be just like me. So sorry, Allie. You know,
I'm the only one. I did used to have a mean jump shot, so I guess so, huh? Yeah.
Y'all wasn't changing in gym class either. I already know. I got an F in gym. Who gets an F in gym? Literally, it's like, I'm not changing because I have to play if I change. So I'm not changing. It was just like,
you're such a girl's girl. Girl.
It's to the fullest. I was like, y'all play, have fun, okay?
Right.
Well, yes, I got from Coco. Okay. I'm gonna have to try. And Ringo's gift is a CBD heavy whole plant cart by Ben Leaves. Nice. Okay. Look, this show schooled me.
Look at Green Rose said it's a blunt roll of sport. It should be.
Yes.
It should be.
You got them strong fingers. Yes.
Yeah, that's a good one though. Girl gang. I'm no athlete, but I know cannabis help with my back surgery. Yeah, so yeah, that's another thing. How many people use it for in the replace of Vicodin? I know I did with my surgery. Yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, and I meet so many patients that just use cannabis alone and some strict regimen, maybe a little heavier regimen after some surgery, but you can do it without having to take opioids. I've seen it, and I know people look like y'all that have done it, and that's amazing.
I'm no doctor, but I recommend it because I know I had 2 surgeries and I did not use opiates through it. I used the plant and it helped me. That's it. I couldn't take it. It was making me sick,
Yeah, it's funny. I had a tooth issue at one point, and I had to take Percocet they gave me, and I took one of them things and never again. Okay, just sick as hell, never again. So I was like, how do people take this? What the So no, I'm good on cannabis when I need that kind of pain relief. Those things took me down, y'all.
And no judgment if you had to go that route because some people can't endure pain. Yeah, so no shade to you if you did, that's you. Yeah, but
I was like, look, I bet I'll get some good relief and my body and not everybody, not everybody can. And if you have to, look, do it. If you have to do both, mix it with some cannabis, do that. Like
Yep. We need the doctor on to recommend people for that, right?
After I cannabis in place of every other pill. Yes, girl. Girl.
Yeah.
We love to hear it.
Yes.
Love to hear it.
Well, we want to definitely send a warm support over there to everyone in Ukraine enduring this horrible war over something so stupid. We don't have to go into the details, but definitely want to support Ukraine in this. I definitely want to ask this one guy that just joined, Gerald, what he feels about athletes and cannabis, since he has an organization for that. What's up, Gerald?
Nice. What's up? Maybe we can. Oh, do you want to jump on
No,
video? Or
you can. You can. Go ahead, Candy.
let me see if I can get him on up here. Let me think.
Get them on up there.
Let me try this. Do I know what I'm doing yet?
Look, it's a white girl on here.
There we go. I think I sent an invite. I think.
Okay.
Yes, Gerald. Well, thanks for joining us because we were just discussing how I am not by any means an athlete. And
What's happening?
how you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm taking care of babies right now, so
It's okay.
I hear
always
that.
staying busy. How y'all doing tonight?
Awesome.
Good.
Awesome. Blessings. Thank you for joining. Look, thank you for last minute jumping in with us.
Oh yeah, I love y'all, man. Y'all doing great
We
work.
love you
So I gotta
too.
support.
Love you. Oh,
Hi.
yeah. Look, he's like, I want to be in the
He's
video.
on the line. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey.
What y'all talking about?
So we were discussing the story about WNBA star Brittney Griner, who recently got arrested in Russia for cannabis, and led us into just some additional questions about athletes and cannabis. And not many of us in here are athletes in the room, so we thought it'd be dope to hear from someone who knows much more about athletes and what your takes are on that period, and then Brittney Griner's story, if you know anything about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, I think we all need to become athletes, you know, in some sense of the fashion, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
I tried out. I played Division I football at Ohio University. Tried out for the NFL in 2013.
Wow.
So sports has been my life. You know, I'm 32 now, so it's been about maybe over a decade now since I haven't played football.
Yeah.
But you know, at the end of the day, you know, sports puts a lot of wear and tear on your body, you know, and so we watch sports and we love, you know, seeing these athletes, and for most people, for the average person, it's entertainment. But
Yeah.
these are real human beings that
Yes.
are, you know, and I played football and I was a safety, so I played defense, which is one of the hardest positions on the field, and you're constantly hitting people. And so, you know, over the course of 15 years,
Yeah.
especially being young, that does a lot of damage to your body, you know, shoulders, ankles, knees, and then you're practicing and training every single day.
Wow. Yeah.
You know, so people think, oh, well, you got a college scholarship. Well, from 2 to 6 every day is football. And then you got Saturday, Sunday. So it's year round. So you really don't have any time off. I had to miss, you know, 4 years of holidays, you know, Christmas, Thanksgiving, things of that nature, and different injuries that I've had. I've broken my ankle,
Yeah.
sprained foot, you know, high sprained ankles. My senior year, I had a high sprained ankle. We played Penn State in front of 110,000 people. I'm getting shots in my ankle just to numb the ankle.
My God.
So a lot of these athletes are going through this, you know, but when you're an athlete, you can't really talk about it, especially football, because if I see you're showing a sign of weakness, I'm going to attack that weakness.
Yeah.
And so we've been conditioned years and years of training to suppress, you know, our pain and our trauma through the sport. And most of us are coming from poverty. We're coming from trauma-filled backgrounds, because if you look at football in particular, it's a poverty sport. You know, so most of you guys are coming from poverty, inner city communities. You know, the war on drugs have ravaged these communities.
Yeah.
And so cannabis fits right in. Everybody is using cannabis in college. You want to get on there?
Yeah. Hi.
You know, so out of 100 guys, you know, I would say 60 to 70% are consuming,
Wow.
but it's illegal, and we get drug tested.
Wow.
Hold on a second. I'm on a live call.
How often drug testing?
What was that?
How often?
So it all depends. What, Noah? Yeah, go with mommy. So the school drug tests you, and it's random. And so the rules change too. So since I've been out, the rules have changed a couple times. But the school will drug test you, and when the school drug tests you, they're testing for street drugs and marijuana. The NCAA drug tests, and during the season, they typically test for like steroids. But towards the end of the season, they test for everything. So if you go to a bowl game championship, they'll test you. They'll pull up to your hotel. They'll start random testing, and they'll test for everything, all street drugs, cannabis. If you're taking Adderall or something, and you're not prescribed that, you will fail the test. Now, when you fail a test, Harper, you can't be on the phone right now. But when you fail a test, that's a whole year.
Wow.
That's a whole year. And so you have guys that lose an entire year of eligibility. And so say I'm a junior and I fail a drug test. Now I just lost a whole year of eligibility. That's my senior year. I can no longer play. So if I was thinking about going to the NFL, now what's the NFL going to do? They're going to be like, oh, this guy's a drug addict.
Wow.
Right? And so, a lot of guys get caught up into that because you can get pain pills easy. Every team has a doctor.
I was just going to ask you, so what do they expect athletes to do for pain? They expect you to use pills? Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so every team has a doctor. You have trainers. And everybody's getting surgeries, because people tear labrums. You got 120, 30 guys that are huge, So it's a mill. And so for me, I studied healthcare. And so while I'm studying healthcare, I'm playing football. And I'm like, something's not right. You know what I mean? And then I'm hearing how our coaches are talking about our players that are taking cannabis but getting caught taking cannabis. Oh, he's a pothead. He's a weed head. We can't trust him. All these different things. And I'm like, yo, these are some of our best players. You know what I mean?
Wow.
I was an All-American. You know what I mean? So it's cannabis is helping me, mentally it's helping me, physically it's helping me sleep. It's helping me not, when you play football too, you got to remember, it's a very violent sport.
Yeah.
So mentally you have to be there, right? To be violent.
Yeah.
And so, but when you're off the field, you are expected to be a normal human being. You're expected to react normal. And it's yo, I got triggers.
Wow. Yeah. Wow.
So yeah, it gets really crazy. Fast forward to the whole Brittney Griner thing. I mean, we have to support her. At the end of the day, she's one of ours.
Yeah.
We need her. And we, obviously the situation is crazy. But it also shines a light on the WNBA, right? Their lack of support, the lack of resources, the lack of coverage, on her story, and that we didn't even know about it. But then it's well, obviously cannabis is a global issue.
Yeah.
So, and a lot of our American athletes, especially basketball, end up going overseas because they get paid more money. You could be a celebrity overseas because most guys aren't going to make the NBA. So, but you can go overseas and make a great living. I have tons of friends that are playing overseas right now, different countries, making 6 figures, 7 figures.
Yeah.
They got families, they're traveling. And overseas, they pay for your housing, they pay for your car, they pay for pretty much everything. And so all your money, typically tax-free. It's not in the American system. And so, but we don't really know, as the average population doesn't really know the ins and outs of sports, besides being entertained by it. And so starting Athletes in Cannabis was my goal, to create a platform to allow athletes to have the conversation. Because it's almost impossible. You don't see any guys in the NFL talking about cannabis, even though 80% of them are using it because they can't. You know what I mean? You're a high-paid employee, and you have a short window to be successful in the NFL. The league average is 3.5 years. So if you sign a rookie contract for 3.5 years for $1 million, you get taxed as a high-paid employee. So that $1 million is now $500,000. But everybody is expecting you to be balling out. Everybody's expecting you to be driving a Benz. They expect you to be in a mansion or penthouse. They expect them to change. But only the quarterbacks are really living large. You have the quarterbacks, your receivers, 5 guys. But
Wow.
on the NFL roster, you got 53 men. And
Wow.
all of those guys aren't getting deals. They're not getting contracts. They're not getting sponsorships. Nike may give you a sponsorship and send you $10,000 worth of points on their website. So you don't actually get money. They're just like,
Wow.
yo, you can go buy whatever you want on our website.
Yeah.
You know, so there's a lot of different things. Like once you look into the contracts and stuff, and that's why I didn't have a problem leaving or, you know, retiring from the NFL after I got cut, because I saw the politics. And I
Yep.
came from, you know, my parents are both highly educated, worked in the federal government. I went to private school, so I got to do a lot of things.
Yeah.
And I come from poverty, like I come from the hood, but it's like,
Same,
once you
but
start seeing other opportunities, you're like, yo, like I don't have to put my body on the line anymore to just try to make some money, when I
yeah.
need to be trying to live until I'm 90, because most millionaires don't become millionaires until their 50s or 60s.
Yeah.
And we're trying to make it, you know, at 20. And so,
Yeah.
but, you know, so that's why I've been really speaking up. And, you know, being in Ohio has been difficult because obviously our laws are still pretty new. So I couldn't really come out of the closet and be like, yo, I'm doing this, you
Yeah.
know. So I had to really protect that. But I started Athletes in Cannabis pretty much once the pandemic started. And I was like, you know, I got to go. I had the idea, bought the domain name, and then I just started going. I didn't really even have a business plan. I didn't have anything. It was just like, I've been consuming since I was 16,
Wow.
in the closet. Nobody knew. Like, my parents didn't consume. Like, my, but family did. You know, family was all around. I just found out my granddad was growing cannabis in the
Oh,
basement
wow.
when I was a child. He's passed, so RIP.
R.I.P.
But when you realize that, you know, as an African American male, like we've been hindered specifically by the war on drugs and this plant, but it's really helping us. You know, we
Yeah.
need it, you know, for our pain relief. We need it for, you know, anxiety, stress, depression,
Yes.
all the different things that we deal with, you know, cancer, you know. So for me, it was really being able to kind of open up, you know what I mean? Because as an athlete, again, like even talking to my friends offline, a lot of them will be like, man, I love what you're doing, but I'm afraid, you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I'm scared to, you know, really open up because I'm still being judged, right? Like I'm being, you know, critiqued by a lot of people, you know, that, oh, what are you doing? You know what I mean? And it's
Mhm.
like, well, you have no idea, you know, what the pain that I've dealt with, but you'll go watch me play football. You'll
Yeah.
go watch me knock my head in, beat my brain in. But are you going to be here for me in 20, 30 years if my brain starts to malfunction because of all these different things?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, you know, when we look at our athletes, we have to stop dehumanizing them. We have to remember they're human. They have pain. They have trauma. They have feelings, emotions, all these different things. And most likely cannabis is helping them perform. You
Yeah.
know, because I've played with tons of guys, football, basketball, baseball guys, soccer, girls in soccer. Like literally, I got to college, I was like, yo, the whole football team is consuming.
You're like, dang, okay.
You know, it's a couple pounds in the middle of an island of our backup quarterback's apartment.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, obviously we're conditioned to believe that this is a bad thing. And then college, I went to the #1 party school in the country.
Wow.
So you talk about drugs, you got alcohol, you got ecstasy, you got anything you want, a smorgasbord. But weed is considered, you
It's
know, just this crazy thing.
that's what killed. Look, that stigma makes me like it makes my brain just like what it's like. You can do all this other stuff. I swear, at the minute you smoke weed, they're like, "Hold on, okay, this is a pothead. Okay,
Right.
I know I'm an alcoholic. You're a pot. No, everything else is all
Right.
out."
Right. All the coaches. So like my recruiting visit. So I was recruited 2008. And so my recruiting visit, my last day at OU, I'm hammered. You know what I mean? Come in hungover. Well, the coach is just as hungover as I am. You know what I mean? Like, but you're like, yo, the coaches get sponsorship deals. They'll do
Yeah.
a podcast and it'd be sponsored by Bud Light. I went to Ohio University, Athens. Go Bobcats. But
Look. That's what they American culture. That's all I can. You know,
right.
a shame.
But it's been, you know, the system, right? So what I've learned is that everything is connected. They'll try to say everything is not connected. Colleges are the setup for everything else. Like, where do corporations go to recruit talent? They go to colleges.
Yep.
So if you go to a decent college, you're going to have career days, and you're going to be able to shop your resume and go work for Google or go work for one of these top places. But at the end of the day, like, you can't make millions of dollars off of these black athletes who you know how to go recruit, but then you don't know how to recruit average students. Like, we shouldn't have a diversity issue.
There it
You know
is.
what I mean? But then when it comes to cannabis, and really, like, when the team tests you, it's a slap on the wrist. So, like, literally after that day I smoked with like half of my team, I got the call the next day, and I was like, oh no, they about to get me. And I was a clean cut kid, you know, coming from private school. I had the clean cut waves, talk good, you know what I mean? I played the whole game. But now I'm like, oh, everybody gonna find out. But nothing would have really happened because I wasn't playing. I was redshirted. And so, but if you're a great player, you might have to miss a quarter, you know, 2 quarters, if the team drug tests you. And so that was the difference between the NCAA. But, you know, our athletes, man, these sports programs, they control culture. You know what I mean? Like the NFL, every NFL, you have 32 multi-billion-dollar franchises, and they spent $1 million on cannabis research when they know the statistics because they drug test regularly. And they know players that some of their best players have left the NFL. Ricky Williams, Megatron have left the NFL to pursue cannabis businesses because they'd rather, you know, take care of their bodies.
Wow.
You know, and so, you know, but when you're in those facilities, like you're an employee again, so you can't really speak. You don't hear anything. Just look it up. You don't hear anything from a lot of these athletes because they are muzzled. So you're $1 million slave because you can't really talk as free as you want to.
Yeah.
You can't really live as free as you want to. You can't even take a medication that is helping you to deal with the pain and everything that you're dealing with, because they say it takes a full week to recover from a football game. Well, if you have a game on Sunday, Monday you got to go in and get treatment, ice, therapy, stuff like that. Tuesday might be a light day. You might just jog around, exercise, lift weights. Wednesday might be a full pad day, half pad day. Thursday, walk through. Friday, you're going to do a little something. Saturday, you're traveling. So you don't have any time to really rest and recover.
Not at all.
Yeah. So, you know, I talk football because it's a very, very violent, painful sport. Basketball, same thing. It's still a contact sport. I played high level all the way to my senior year of high school. I have friends in the NBA. I grew up with Kevin Durant and Quinn Cook, some of these guys, and you're playing every day basketball, you know, so you're sore, knees, ankles, you know, and a lot of guys have arthritis. So you're doing a lot of damage early, and we don't realize, like, we're getting older. So, you know, my body, when I wake up, I'm like, man, like, you know, I got and so cannabis just helps me like just ease into everything.
Let me reach over the bed here.
Yeah. So, but you're learning now, like there's so many more ways of ingesting cannabis, right? Or consuming. So we have topicals. We have our culture. We're just so used to rolling up a blunt or a joint and smoking it. And so that's one of my biggest things too is education. Yeah. Right? We have to educate. Because we shouldn't just be smoking. Like we should be
that's what we
using the topicals. Yeah.
Hey, there's so many amazing products and like layered. I always tell people like layer it up, like because you don't have one method. A lot of people just like, I'm just using my flower. I don't need anything else. And I'm like, look, you use that flower, but maybe you need like a couple of
capsules.
Yes.
Yeah, capsules. I mean the rubs, the tinctures.
Tinctures are fabulous.
Yeah, edibles. Like we just have to, but again, when you come from an environment where we've been the lack of education in the public school system, just overall, we're not educated. We're not educated in finances. We're not educated in venture capital, starting a business. Like we should be telling every black person, like it costs less than $100 to start an LLC, and you get a free EIN number that separates you from your social security number. We got a bunch of trappers that can move 10 bands into a business bank account and be legit quick.
For real.
I mean? And so we just that, you know, but you have to be taught that, you know what I mean? Like you got to be around the right people. And
that's true.
You know, so for me, like growing up in a network of private school, like all of my friends' parents was lit and they gave me the game. You know what I mean? So I got to see it, but then being able to relay that to my people and my community is hard because it's like, yo, we just living to survive. We're just living to go to the next day. You know, we don't have time to invest, you know, and wait for that investment to move in 5 to 10 years because we're not even living. Like I was afraid that I was going to die. You know what I mean? And I'm like 32 and I'm like, you know, like that's what I'm seeing. My younger brother just got out of jail, you know, about a year ago. You know what I mean? And he looked just like me, same size, same everything. He a year younger than me. My older brother, in and out of jail, in and out of the system. You know, all of my siblings, besides my dad and my stepmom's kids, are just in this system, in this cycle of trauma over and over and over again. And it's just like we can't even escape just the basic levels of just, you know, getting ahead. But cannabis, I feel like, is one of those things that will allow that. If we can grow our own medicine, if we can grow our own cash crop, you know, it'll allow us to do a lot more things. And that's why I'm just so gung-ho on, you know, going full force, you know, and using my leverage, using my platforms, and, you know, trying to bring more people into the space and educate, because I'm in a lot of spaces too. You know, I go to the suburbs, I'm in political meetings, I'm in business meetings. I'm with the kids for sports and youth. And so I'm at that intersection and that crossroads where everybody's like, well, we know that most adults are consuming some type of something, whether it's alcohol, antidepressant pills, Adderall, something, some Coke, like we know it. Like, and so we can't continue to just be ignorant, like, yo, this is just.
And not talk about what's happening. Yeah, you know, the elephant in the room, they just ignore it. Like, don't worry.
And so I'm from the East Coast too. So like being from the East Coast, we're very much more blunt and straight to it. You know, I was born in upstate New York, Rochester, New York, raised in Maryland, DC. So like all of my friends are in, you know, Maryland, DC, Virginia, and they doing it, you know, big. I got friends in California.
I know. Shout out to y'all.
Yeah, so I'm here in Ohio, like, man, come on. Because we're going to have one of the biggest markets. I mean, we're going to have the best market. You know what I mean?
Okay, tapping my fingers, yo. Let's tap in our fingers.
It's only a matter of time. My palms is itching, you know. But we have to go after our legislators and our politicians, especially as African Americans. That's the one thing that we're not doing, and that's where our power is. The power is at the State House. So we should be showing up to the State House every single day, in my opinion, because that's where the laws and policies are being made. Like, I want to have a meeting with the governor. Why aren't we sitting with the governor?
Yeah.
Like, you're going to keep locking up Black people for all this crime, all this murder, all this stuff. But why can't we have a conversation about this elephant in the room? And why can't we come together as a collective? You know? And so for me, that's where I'm at. You know what I mean? Like, because educating everybody, that's a slow process. But going to the politicians, the state representatives, Congress, you know, shout out to Morgan Harper. I really love what she's doing, and she's for cannabis, and she's running for senator, I believe. But, you know, we need more progressive politicians, you know, especially here in Ohio, because we're way more conservative. Obviously, your cities are more progressive. But, you know, when you get to the suburbs, all of the suburbs in Columbus have a moratorium against cannabis. Every single one. So what you're telling me, because I lived in Upper Arlington and Dublin. We live in Columbus now, but we're kids will be Westerville schools.
Nice.
But when you see like, yo, like most of the people in our cannabis industry are 40 and up and can afford the cannabis here, right? Because it's an expensive industry, and we're almost at $1 billion of sales in 3 years. So, you know, but when you look at, wow, the suburbs aren't even involved in this industry. And those are the places we got to go to, because I was in Upper Arlington vouching for cannabis.
Yeah.
But there wasn't many of us there to actually put up a fight for it. When you go to Dublin, there's not many of us there to put up a fight for it. When you go to New Albany or all of these places. So they isolate us, and then they surround us. And so now, you know, we end up being controlled by these suburbs and people that don't really know anything, but they're the business owners, they're the politicians, they're the sons and daughters and grandchildren of these people. So they fall in line. And so we're the only ones that don't really have a straight agenda and a unified agenda to say, yo, we gonna boycott going to work.
Oh, look, look.
When we gonna boycott? You know what I
Don't
mean?
tempt me
Like,
with a good time, okay, y'all.
No, I don't think
every
that's
time somebody
necessary
gets
though. I think too, I agree with you, Gerald, but I think it's other ways and other things that we can do, and people are doing them. Like, the 420 lobby day,
right.
like coming
We
out
just got to
to,
do more of those, though. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, it
again,
takes
like
time
short,
though.
right?
Yeah, I respect that, but everybody doesn't live in Columbus. Like, I live in Cleveland.
Right.
I can come to Columbus, but everybody lives everywhere, and
Go
everybody's
to your
trying.
state representatives. I know we got Juanita,
Yeah, but
but
I think you're absolutely right. I just think that everybody has to find their own way too. With the way that the world is, like, forget cannabis. Gas prices and people trying to just survive. Definitely advocating for cannabis laws and the change is definitely important, but I just think that, we all need to support each other by attending our events and supporting the people with, the best plan of action to get the best results. I know we're nonpartisan on this platform and we support, everyone, but I do understand what you're saying, Joel, and you're absolutely right. And that's a different conversation for a different time.
yeah, yeah, it's a lot. It's a
Equity.
it's
Oh,
a
sorry.
lot for sure.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot. And then too, people have to understand how to properly approach them so they can, at least listen, because that's the hardest part. That is like,
Right.
will you just listen to us, because a lot of them already have it set in their minds of one way of how they think, so yeah, I agree. No, I
Yeah.
totally agree.
Yeah, we just got to keep doing forums like this. That's why I love what you guys
Yeah.
are doing with Cannabiscann. I mean, last week when y'all had, I think it was last week when y'all had everybody on the Black women panel. I mean, that was super inspirational. I put on an event a couple years ago, Black and Cannabis. So it's just really, creating that culture, right? That community. I think in our program it's difficult because obviously we have a medical program.
Yes.
And so not everybody is like, well, I don't have one of those, those ailments, or illnesses or something like that. So it's kind of hard to, how do you tiptoe that line? You know what I mean? Where we know we got people in our community consuming for health reasons, but we know that we don't even go to the doctor. We don't even have equitable doctors in our community to even, I remember going to OSU and asking the doctor if I could get some prescribed cannabis because I didn't know how it worked, and he was like, no. It was just like, and I was just like, oh, okay, well, I need it. You know what I mean? I don't want the pain pills, like, but I need it. So that's when I found Ohio Green Team. I think I got my first license through, and then I switched to Dr. Bridget. But yeah, just the information, and
Yes.
you have everybody that works that gets drug population.
Yeah.
So you have people that are getting drug tested. So it's so much. It's so diverse. It's so like nuanced. And it's so broad. So
Yeah, it is. That's
Yeah.
one thing that it is broad. But what were you going to say, Candy?
Oh,
You
no,
say
no.
something?
I was just reading comments. Before we roll, I saw AJ was just saying social equity programs should be determined by those whom it's directed for, not more legislators saying what you can have. Mm-hmm. 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 Y'all. Hi y'all. I see a few of you guys just joined, and we're actually just wrapping. We had a great chat tonight
Yes.
with Daryl. Thank you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
thank you,
thanks for having
Gerald.
me, guys. I appreciate it.
you're awesome. Like that was great.
Yeah.
Yeah, anytime. I'm always trying to collab, partner. Do
Yeah.
anything. I'm just trying to help the people. Honestly, like
Yeah, we know it.
that's
We love you
that's
too,
my goal.
Gerald.
That's my
Thank you
goal.
so much for
It's
your.
all love.
Yeah, of course, always. We definitely I definitely, I respect everything that you're doing and all the things that you have done, and it's great to just be aligned with good people, So shout out to you and all of the organizations you're a part of and the conversation that you are having. I feel like everybody is doing their own part in their own way,
Yeah.
I just don't like to put pressure on people because people have to, this is the one industry that you can be your complete, total self.
Mhm.
and for the most part, the laws are what they are, but you can feel free to create, and there's a lot of opportunities in this industry, especially in Ohio. So kudos to everyone that's trying to figure it all out. Definitely kudos to you, Gerald. Thanks for joining this conversation. It was dope.
For
I'm
sure.
the only athlete on here, so
I
I'm
know.
like,
Hey,
all right.
well,
I
haven't talked to you since the last event, so I want to thank you for that event. I want to thank you for your hard work, your dedication, and pulling that together. I know it wasn't easy. Pulling
That
all
was
those
Nicole
different.
and I can't take the credit
Well,
for that.
Nicole too. She's not on
Yes,
here
that's
though.
what.
Shout out to Nicole, Nora Labs.
Yeah,
Y'all.
Definitely get the shout outs.
yeah,
But
for
yeah,
sure.
that was definitely a dope event, and I appreciate you allowing me to be a part of it. It was special. It felt amazing, and it was great. I can't wait to do the next one.
Yeah, appreciate you, and thank you for your time too. And Candy, thank you so much for inviting.
Yeah.
I know I'm the CEO, but I don't really get down like this. I just wanted to be here as a support. Shout out to everybody that's here, and stay tuned for more Cannabiscann events coming soon. And definitely tune in and follow Gerald Moore and Athletes in Cannabis and all of his definitely his great work here in the state of Ohio. So we definitely appreciate that, Gerald. But I'll let you take it, Candy. Sorry.
Right. No, you're perfect. All I was going to say was thank you guys again for joining us on Cannabiscann by Late Night. And we love y'all. And just stay tuned. Like Ali said, we got good stuff coming for you. The weather is warming up finally. So we'll be able to get back out into the community without catching hypothermia and frostbite. So
Man, we'll be outside soon.
We outside.
Yeah, we
All
outside.
right, everybody. I
Hi,
appreciate y'all.
beautiful people. Have a good night. See you
Bye.
soon.